All right, folks, we are back here in the second hour on My Country. Sorry, straight out of the cannon. I forgot we had a rebrand, folks. Yes, this is straight out of the cannon with Scott Cannon here on WLTH 1370M. That's 92.7 in the FM dial. If you're nasty, it is 7:35 in the PM here on April the 19th, 2024. So thanks for sticking with us through the happy happies. Well, folks. Oh, let me get this call first. Folks. Then we get to the next segment. Hello, caller.
Okay, good evening, Scott.
What's up?
How you doing?
It's all good, brother.
Hey, and you was talking about talented people earlier.
Who?
Talent. You know, they got a lot of talent.
Oh, yes, yeah. What are you talking about, the happy section?
Yeah. You know,
oh, yeah, yes. Happy segment, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But look, I got to say this. You remember the painter Leonardo da Vinci?
Yes. I know who that is.
You remember he painted The Last Supper?
Yeah.
Did you know that he painted The Last Supper to support his heroin habit?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but that's what the big deal was about. I mean, the man could just paint, but everybody got some type of problem. Everybody got some type of situation. So I'm quite sure if you Google it, you'll find out, through history that, yes, he painted The Last Supper to support that habit. But, a lot of doctors is messed up also, so that's just the way the world goes.
Well, all right. Thank you for your call, brother.
Oh, okay.
It is what it is. Well, folks, I know this sort of modern society we live in often seems very overwhelming to all of us. And a lot of times it seems like there's absolutely nothing we can do about it or try to do to change our own situation here in this country or in the world. And this next segment isn't going to help with that feeling because it is time for Yikes, a segment that is about that reminds you that if you're not terrified, you probably should be. So So what should you be scared of now? Well, a new study just came out that found that drinking water from nearly half of American faucets contain potentially harmful chemicals. That's right. There are at least 45,000 cities in the United States where lead contamination in the drinking water exceeds allowable levels. Drinking water from half of the U.S. faucets contains forever chemicals that may cause cancer and other health problems, according to a government study that was recently released. The synthetic compounds known collectively as PFAS, PFAS, or as I like to say, make my FAS to PFAS, are contaminating drinking water to varying extents in large cities and small towns, and in private wells and public systems, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. Researchers describe the study as the first nationwide effort to test for PFAS in tap water from private sources, in addition to regulated ones. It builds on previous scientific findings that the chemicals are widespread. Yes, they're in everything. They're in non-stick pans. So if you have a non-stick pan, you've got the PFAS. Food packaging, especially cans, and water-resistant clothing, and it makes its way into the water supply that way. Now, because the USGS is a scientific research agency, the report doesn't make any policy recommendations. But this information can be used to elevate risk of exposure, to evaluate risk of exposure and inform decisions about whether or not you want to drink or treat your drinking water. If you get it tested, you can get it tested, or just get more information from your state about your situation locally. The EPA in March proposed the first federal drinking water limits on 6 forms of PFAS, or per and polyfluorinated substances, which remain in the human body for years and don't degrade in the environment. That should have told you that there was something going on with it if it doesn't degrade. That's like styrofoam or something. Now, the government hasn't prohibited companies from using the chemicals from dumping them into public wastewater systems. And studies of lab animals have found potential links between PFAS chemicals and cancers, including kidney, testicular cancers, as well as high blood pressure and low blood weight. Federal and state programs typically measure exposure to pollutants such as PFAS at water treatment plants or groundwater wells that supply them. In contrast, the USGS support was based on samples from taps in 716 locations, including 447 that rely on public supplies and 269 using private wells. These samples were taken between 2016 and 2021 in a range of locations, mostly residences, but also a few schools and offices. They included protected lands such as national parks, residential and rural areas with no identified PFAS sources, and urban centers with industry or waste sites known to generate PFAS. Most taps were sampled just once. 3 were sampled multiple times over a 3-month period, with results changing very little. So you should definitely be scared of the PFAS. And it is because of the PFAS. Rainwater everywhere on the planet is now unsafe to drink. That's right. Rainwater almost everywhere on Earth has unsafe levels of forever chemicals, according to the research. Now, researchers at the University of Stockholm have found them even in Antarctica. So you can't even go like to the South Pole and be like, well, I can escape the PFAS. No, you're stuck with the PFAS. There's nothing you can do. Safe guideline levels for some of these forever chemicals have dropped drastically over the last decades due to new insights into their toxicity. So yes, these PFAS chemicals, they are huge risks to all of our health. And there are some things that you can do personally. You can personally do things to lessen your exposure to the PFAS. At home, you can filter your water. But not the regular filters. The regular filters are not going to remove the PFAS. You're going to need a under the sink reverse osmosis system. Now, these reverse osmosis PFAS systems have been shown to remove most, but not all, PFAS in studies performed by scientists at Duke University and North Carolina State University. Now, municipal, and this is what could affect us here in Northwest Indiana, whether you're in Gary, East Chicago, wherever you can go to your local government. Municipal water systems can install one of several technologies, including carbon filtration or reverse osmosis water filters that can reduce the levels of the chemicals. So, you can absolutely reach out to your local government and hopefully they can do whatever it takes to remove the PFAS. Now, the Biden administration has recently just ruled on this to do something about it, to try to regulate the PFAS system, the PFAS exposures in our government. I don't give Biden credit very often, but I will give him credit here, or at least his administration credit here, They are seemingly aware of the situation and are at least doing the bare minimum to try to get that under control. But locally, we have to go to our municipalities and make sure that they understand the necessity to remove the PFAS. We don't want to make our FAS the PFAS. That is not the FAS I want. I don't want to get FAS'd up whatsoever. All right, folks. When we come back, we're going to mop up. Be right back after these here on Straight Out of the Cannon with me, Scott Cannon. A quarter till. You got something to say, 219-885-1371. The number again, 219-885-1371. I'll be right back after these.